if found. Bum 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 bum. 1993. Nostalgia. This book belongs to somebody. It's my little eraser. Erase thyself. December 3rd, 1993. I'm home. My name is Cassio. Things to remember. Your earliest memory is your da holding you up on the beach, lifting you over the waves, rain coming in. He said, best get back or your mam will worry. Number 2, you finished 2 goes of college, your undergrad, and wouldn't survive your own, stick with it. Crossed out there. Oh wait, can I reveal it? Ah, your undergrad and your masters. Everyone thought you couldn't even survive on your own. You stick with it. When people stare, ignore them. Think about the stars, the galaxies, and dark matter, whatever it is. Remember how small and insignificant we all are. You don't need to be nice to people who bully you. True. Oh, I wasn't supposed to read these yet. Why are we erasing our journal? That's the question. Don't need to be nice to people who bully you ever. You don't need a relationship. Relationships don't work with you. You can try to be normal and have a relationship, but it's never felt right, and that's okay. It's okay to be quiet and weird. Ah. Oh, next. Yeah, ma'am. Brid McHugh. Wait, what's the T mean in a little bracket there? 52. Likes hosting the knitting circle in the house, watching Winning Streak on Saturdays, hates driving to Castle Bar to do the big shop, mowing the lawn at the parish council. Favorite thing about her is watching her slowly pick out a tune on the piano from scrappy sheets of paper. Drawing. What's that? An Irish version of the name Bridget. Oh, a famous Irish saint, pronounced with a long E. Brigitte, right? Brigitte! Similar to the English word breed, but the final D is like the D in Bridget, almost a J sound. What? I'm more confused than when I started. Castle Bar, the closest large town to Achill, a medieval market town as the name suggests. It has a castle. Bridget. Bridget. Now I get it. Things to remember. 1. She's from the mainland, from Westport. She jokes that she came from a dad but stayed for his 5 sisters. When I went to school, she started working in the post office. She only knows how to bake a few things, but she has great commitment to it. Mam is determined, oh god, I started erasing it before I read it, that she'll pass on her brown bread recipe. The only thing she kept of Da was his Sunday jacket, for me or Fergal when we were old enough. Cute. Fergal McHugh. Age 30. Likes Gah. A few scoops down the pub with the lads. Hates thinking. What's that? Gaelic Athletic Association, organising body for the traditional Irish sports of Gaelic football and hurling, which are very popular, especially in rural areas. The GAA is usually a big part of the local community. I thought this was Scottish. I didn't realise it was Irish. I didn't know they had muck names. Favourite things about Fergal. Favourite thing about him, we used to go and pick mussels together in Keem sometimes. He has a photo in his room of him at Deb's. Sarah's there before she left for Australia. He's smiling at the camera with his big goofy grin. Oh my god, stop erasing. He was the one in hospital. He came and knocked on the door of my classroom and knew at once something was wrong. His favourite films are James Bond films. He watches them religiously when they're on telly. Stop getting Bond wrong. Boom, bang. December 4th, home for a month, can get back to Dublin. Fine. Feels like I haven't been on the island in years. Research jobs, projects, long hours, inventory in the supermarket, anything to keep myself away. I wanted to write a letter to Mam. Hi, this is who I am. Here's my name. Tar. Couldn't. Good memories here too, for what's worth. Tea, hot water bottles, say your prayers, sleep tight. Mammy loves you, loves a you. Tea in Ireland always means the blend Irish breakfast, an extremely high caffeine variety, almost always drunk with milk and often with sugar too. Hot water bottle, a rubber container filled with boiling water, covered with soft cloth. Electric blankets weren't common in Ireland in 1993. Hot water bottles were essential for cold winter nights. I feel like hot water bottles are still the done thing, aren't they? Certainly are here. You fancy if you have an electric blanket. I'm fine. Sometimes you just say you're fine, but you're not really fine. And here we go, erase it properly. Sunday. I can't stand sitting around. I need to breathe. Back from mass. No air in this house. Nobody has drawn breath here since Da's wake. I pedaled down the road like if I just went fast enough I could leave it all behind. Sat at Keem Bay and watched the horizon. A famous beach on the west end of Achill Island. Incredibly beautiful yellow sand surrounded by hills and cliffs. Then Colum appeared. Colum, it's you. Well, haven't you changed? Good to see you again, Colum. Call me Cassio. Nodded, smiled. Should meet my boyfriend, Jack. The weather approved. The brightest day since October. Colum. Hey, space geek. Fergal mentioned working at the post office again. No thanks. Too many faces. Is it going to tell me what a post office is? Cassio's mother and brother both work at the post office on Achill. Post offices in Ireland are community hubs, not least because they connect locals to distant family. In addition to letters, they hand out social welfare payments and government pensions and act as banks in rural communities. Many of them are part of a newsagent's or even a pub. I feel like we're learning so much. I know what a post office is. I meant, is it going to tell me what a post office is? As in, I know what a post office is. Why is it going to tell me what a post office is? But it's obviously telling me the significance of it to this community. Met Colum and Jack at the abandoned village, climbed up Sleevemore. Jack was all teeth and laughter, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed enthusiasm. The abandoned village, a local tourist landmark on is Achill a real place? A village that was completely abandoned during the Great Famine of 45 to 49. Some of it was used up to the early 20th century as summer village for farmers working on the mountain. It's the largest island off the coast of Ireland. Island, connected by a bridge to the mainland. It's part of County Mayo, Mayonnaise, one of the 5 countries in the province of Connacht. Pronounced Achill. A band. You're kidding, no really? With a young gun, Shan's a real talent, Shanza is. Jack. We're called the Banshee. Jack's on drums, of course. Colin the bassist, setting the groove. Shan sings and writes. I wonder what he's like. Tuesday. Got hungry, went up to Duggett to the tea shop. They make the only decent sandwich on Achill, everyone's favourite sandwich in the chat. Go! Telling and hearing 5 years of stories, Colum had much more than me. Come hang out with us if you want some space, Cassio. We're out in the big house out towards Keem. The 3 of us are living there together. It's amazing, this person's face. It's grand, at least after we cleared out all the broken bottles. Come watch us practice. I haven't had a sandwich in a really long time, actually. I've been having toasties lately. With cheese and ham. Another village. The Big House, a common nickname for the houses that belonged to the Anglo-Irish aristocracy in the years before independence. Grand, a typical Irish expression, as an answer to a question. It means fine. As an adjective for grand old day. Grand stretch in the evening, it means lovely or nice. Maybe the month will be grand. Don't bet on it. Old room, old habits, old home. I like the art when it gets into these scenes. It was nice to be fed and to sleep in my own bed, although it Felt like it was empty outside. I got up to think and to figure out how to talk to her. A plan. "2 a.m. Things fall apart. My wee pet, what are you doing awake at this hour? Hey, ma'am, I just wanted to make a cup of tea." That's a cute little portrait. Oh, the pot's on. Lovely. What do you have there? Nothing. I thought you might be drawing. You used to do such lovely drawings when you were small. Recognized art talent. Could she draw a fish, though? Oh, little artist. Maybe I should have gone to art school instead. You had so much potential. You could have done anything you put your mind to. Did you know Luke got a very good job in Castle Bar, working for the bank? Working for the man? Well done, Luke. He said they're always looking for people, said it's very technical, lots of numbers. Ah, ma'am, not this again. Don't tell anyone, but his ma'am said he's making near 35 grand a year. That's not nothing, dear. Ma'am, I'm going back to college in January for a PhD. What does that get you? What will you do then? Will you make any money with that? You can't keep scraping by, pet. You know we can't help out much. I'm gonna do what I really want to do. Stars and things? Yes, the building blocks of everything. Okay, and how are you gonna look after yourself? Not to mention, of course, a family of your own. Pet, I just don't understand this whole alternative thing. There was a great show about teenage phases on Liveline the other day. Liveline is an Irish call-in radio show about current events and social issues. It focuses on political and social topics. It's not a phase, and I'm 23. Look, you're gonna have to face facts. Settle down with a nice woman. Get your life in order. Once you have children of your own, you'll understand. I don't want the same life as you and Dar. He wouldn't even entertain this for a second. We always wanted the best for you and Fergal. I knew somebody called Fergal at university. It's an interesting name. Let me live the life I want to. How can this be the life you want? With that hair and those clothes. Back when alternative was like actually shunned though, in the 90s. And people looked at you like you were crazy. Now it's just everywhere. Oh, you're really lost. Dublin, that university, it's changed you. You let it. You're not the person I've known. What gives you the right to say who I really am? Don't you take that tone with me. I'm your mother. Well, act like it then. Oh, damn. What does that mean? Aren't mothers supposed to love their children? Well, you have no right to say that. I've struggled every day to raise you. This really is falling apart. If not for me, you'd be out perishing in the cold. Ungrateful Wayne. Jesus Christ, I can't take another minute of you. Come back here this instant, and don't take the Lord's name in vain. You idiot. I feel like I should be doing the whole thing in an Irish accent. Oh. It's raining. Showed up at Column's door, soaked to the bone. In my head I could hear Mum saying I looked like a drowned rat. Column opened the door. He looked at me once and took me inside. Stars in my eyes. My god, this is not as satisfying as it would be on a tablet with the mouse, I don't think. Oh my god, yes, get to the next scene. Bloody workout. Hello? Hello? Who? I'm upstairs. Anyone? Come on, answer me. Damn it, the anomaly. This black hole. It's going to devour me. Devour all of us. One last message before communication cuts out. I'm going in. If I can't save Earth, at least I will find answers. Dr. Cassiopeia, over and out. Doctor, I can hear... We can... Hello? An event. Don't give up hope. Drums. Ah, the good old days of jam sessions. Hi? I didn't mean to wake you up, sorry. Nice to meet you, bye. Good talk. Huh? Who was that? I go back to sleep now. Doing asleep on the floor under a blanket. Actually on the sofa, how much of a peasant do you think I am? It took me a long moment to realize where I was. My head was throbbing. I looked around. It was the big house, Column's new place. They're squatting? My breath relaxed. Coming and going. Jack jumped through the sitting room door. Wakey wakey. Even his grin was loud and happy. Food's coming. Lots of rashes. Column was next. The next apparition at the door. His voice was much softer, encouraging me to get up whilst the food was hot. Bacon. My eyelids wanted to close. I didn't know how to say thanks, but I rolled onto the cold wooden floor and pulled myself up slowly. The kitchen smelled so good. I like this music. Oh, hello. Welcome to our fabulous abode, Cassio. Sit thyself and prepare for a breakfast extravaganza. So is Cassio an Irish name? I've never heard the name Cassio before. I only know Casio keyboards. With a C. It's a cool name. It was the guy with the guitar, Shans. I didn't know if I'd been dreaming. I complimented his playing without thinking. Oh, it's nothing really. Had I said something stupid? I couldn't tell if he was shy or cocky. One of those, huh? I think I outdid myself as always. I was salivating at the sight of a fry-up. A fry-up, an Irish breakfast, including sausages, rashers, black and white pudding, toast, sometimes eggs, sometimes mushrooms, sometimes fried tomatoes. Completely different, and also not very different at all to an English or a Scottish breakfast. It's the same, mate. It's the same. Same, different, but same. They all seemed so comfortable in their own skin, so open with each other. We were still sitting at the table when the Angelus played over the radio. It was noon. my god, I must have needed a big sleep. Mum would have had a fit if I was still in bed at home. The Angelus is a traditional Catholic prayer time where church bells are rung for a minute at 6 a.m, midday and 6 p.m. A nightmare. In Ireland, the bells are played on national radio and television stations. To have a fit, to get angry. We're learning. We're learning, guys. I wondered if I could go back. No. Was there anywhere I could stay in Dublin? I don't know. What's white pudding? I've never heard of white pudding. I heard of black pudding. Colum interrupted my thoughts. He calmed me down. You're not going nowhere, kiddo. Something very satisfying about kiddo as a little phraseology, isn't there? Somebody being a mentor to you and calling you kiddo, or that's a little bit older than you. It's been so long, nobody's older than me anymore. Oh god, he told me I'd have a home with them when I needed it. He's been through this himself before. A home, even if that home is leaking and damp. It turned out to be the only suitable room for me left was their practice room. I felt guilty but cared for. Just like home. This is cute so far. That's a nice picture. Start hanging out with cranky villagers in Animal Crossing so they can call me kiddo all the time. Watching the toy show with Colum was like being kids again. Big kids looking out for each other and eating too many sweets. The Late Late Toy Show, an episode of the Late Night Chat Show, The Late Late Show, that airs just before Christmas. Different children come on the show to play with and talk about popular toys and to perform. White pudding is broadly similar to black pudding. It does not include blood. It consists of sweet, fat, oatmeal, barley, breadcrumbs. Interesting. Kiss me, honey bun. Oh boy. He's attacking me. Oi, get a rib. We're going. Come on, Mogra. Irish for my love. One dialect would pronounce it as Morgra. Morgra. Slan losers. A quick way of saying goodbye in Irish. A shortened version of Slan a Bailey or Safe Journey Home. One dialect would pronounce it as Slawn. Well, there you go. Slawn losers. Awkward silence. Oh, they've left us alone. Oh no. How did you three meet anyway? We went on a trip to Tip this year from Castle Bar. It was some crack. I had my guitar on the bus. Literally, the Irish word for fun can be used to mean fun in Hiberno English, but also can be used in questions like what's the crack to mean what's up or how are you? It's happening. Thanks so much for the 269. An anonymous cheer. In the middle of a jam, Jack told me we were starting a band. I can believe it. I hope Jack knows I have the musical ability of a broken wheel. Huh, I'm glad to have you in the house anyway. How do you even end up here? I knew this place as the scary ghost house when I was a kid. Colum suggested it. We were talking about putting together an EP and we needed somewhere to practice. That's so cool. We've got an actual gig coming up soon, that'll be deadly. Oh my god, you're so cool. Like, you just lived in a big house together because you could do music? So cool. It's so cool. I wish we were a bit more focused on the music though. Sometimes I think Colum and Jack just like having a place they can be together. We did, yeah, somebody asked about the word crack. I was a little surprised at breakfast you were so comfortable around them. It doesn't bother me, Colum and Jack are good people. They're outsiders and I'm an outsider too. I'm a rebel! And it's legal now. About time. But it is kind of intense living on top of each other sometimes. I'm happy you're here. Now I can talk to someone when they're busy snogging. Snog. Ugh. Don't like the word snog. Snogging makes kissing sound gross. Snog. Give us a snog. Ugh. Oh. You know, I think I did the leaving with your sister. The leaving certificate is the university entrance exam in Ireland. It always happens over the first 2 or 3 weeks of June. It's commonly seen as the harbinger of good summer weather. Your family owns Niles Chipper, Ireland's fast food. The most important item are chips, supplemented by things like battered sausage, fish, burgers, and onion rings. Even small towns have one or two. The Chippy. My dad runs it, yeah. We all get roped in to help. I remember when Asher moved into my class. I'd never heard a Manchester accent in real life. She's back there now with my mum's sister. She's studying medicine and everything, just like mum. Cool, she was nice to me. I haven't talked to people from my class in ages. I left Arkhill so quickly after school. Everybody leaves Arkhill. I didn't think it would be so different when school ended. The Irish school system is a bit different to the US or the UK. There are 2 levels of school, primary and secondary. Primary is 5 to 12, secondary from 13 to 18. Most schools are still connected to Catholic institutions, especially in areas like Arkhill. Ah, Kelly. Tell me about Dublin. There must be all kinds of things happening. Gigs, parties, party gigs. Probably. I didn't do much in Dublin or talk to anyone, but there's libraries. Mostly I read about physics and work and computer stuff. My parents would love you. Well, I might be looking for new ones. Oh, smooth. Would they like another child? Huh. Night, Cassio. Oich, mate. Irish for good night. Pronounce it as Ihawa. Almost like the word why. What? How does that sound anything like why? Next room. Oich. Back to space. I never know when it wants me to do something. Drinking some water. Getting a sore throat. I really feel like I might be getting something. Been coughing the last few days. December the 9th. Band practice all day. I sat in the corner and listened. Jack, you're coming in too soon, he huffed until Colum kissed his cheek. By tea time they were playing in the dark. The house's mishmash of wires couldn't handle their equipment and the lights. It's a compliment. Jack shook his head sadly. Not everything is...
perfect.
The house is freezing, the immersion doesn't work, and I've learned a lot about different types of mold, but who cares? Jack, Colum and Shans are all so nice. I'll figure my life out tomorrow, or the day after, and wash my one set of clothes. I told them they sounded like Bon Jovi, but it didn't go down well. A rare blue sky on the 10th. I wanted to get out in the fresh air, and Shans joined me for company. Spotted Mrs. McGinty in a field halfway up the hill to the lough, her sheep running ahead of her. She whistled sharp. Not whistled, because that's... Whistled is Irish for whistled. I can't speak, apparently. Having a stroke. There you go. Wish. I don't think she recognized me, but she gave us a short, swift nod before she turned back up the hill, sheep in tow. We talked about Manchester and Dublin. He was very impressed with my astrophysics. There was an eviction notice from the guards when I got home. Don't worry, we get one every week. For the Irish police. Woke up, Colum was lighting a fire. I could feel warmth return to my bones. I'm kind of very curious how this is going to go forward in terms of... We've obviously, like, Something's happened. We've like scrawled all over this notebook and now we're erasing things. You know? I chopped peat briquettes into the thin slivers before the rain came. We had to ration our fuel, but I just wanted the blaze going all day. Shan's put on a tape as we hung up some Christmas lights. The four of us lay around the living room listening to The Cure. A strange sensation in my body somewhere. Has a weight dropped from my shoulders, or have I lost something important? I don't know. Shans went home today and I missed him. Colin brought the rest of us to his Aunt Maggie's. Colin stayed with her back when his parents kicked him out. She's a nice cottage overlooking Duggett Beach, half swallowed by fuchsia bushes and giant rhubarb. She called us all wee lambs and made us cup after cup of tea and insisted we stayed for dinner. Chops and peas and coffee cake. The cake was unbearably dry, but I ate a big slice anyway. We left before it got too dark, and she gave us a huge shopping bag of food to take back. There were 4 selection boxes in there too. Result. Who doesn't love a selection box? Common Christmas presents for children. A big box with 6 chocolate bars in it. Traditional. Things to remember about Colin. 24. Loves the bass. Walking baselines. Jack and Aunt Maggie and Arkil. Likes junk food. Goes weak at the knees for a pack of crisps, especially if they're salt and vinegar. Hates working in the Corrigan's newsagent. Cities this summer. He'll take care of anyone and anything. That's how I met him. He was feeding a stray cat near the school. My favorite thing about him, the way he awkwardly rubs the back of his head when he's nervous. Like an anime boy. Selection boxes, yeah, it's like, you know how we have so many different chocolates over here, so you just get like a whole bunch of them from the company that makes all the different ones, so it's just like a box of chocolate in a tray. Full-size bars. It's a Christmas thing. For all his kindness, he has a wicked sense of gallows humor. His laugh is surprisingly loud given how quiet he is. Colin doesn't do half measures, it's just the way he feels about Jack. He's always all or nothing. Good to tell secrets to, but not great for giving advice. Not that good at making decisions himself. Starting to forget my routine before I move to the big house. I wake up at 12 and I'm out of bed at 1, whenever the band starts. I wonder who lived here before. Some landlord. Dead generations ago. At 3 there was a knock and a bang on the door. I saw him coming through the curtains, so I disappeared. Virgil on his little post bike with a letter from Mam. Jack was the one who opened the door, the one who handed me the envelope. I haven't left my room since. The nobility who owned the big houses also owned a lot of the land around them, which was rented out to Irish peasants. For example, Captain Boycott once lived on Arkil Island before famously being boycotted on land he owned elsewhere in Mayo. I talked a lot with Shans. He had a solution for everything. I have no things. We're going to go get my things. Tonight the 2 of us will rob my house. Oh, okay. I mean, it's of your stuff, so I guess that's okay. There is an eviction notice. This is the letter, I guess. I thought we were a girl, to be honest. Until it started saying we were a boy. Bum, 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 bum. My dear son, I've been waiting for you to come home all week. What's happened all of a sudden? You're like a different person. Whatever it is, I know things will be right as rain soon. I want you to know I forgive you for the things you said. You were angry. We all say things we don't mean when we're angry. Maybe you're afraid to come home because of that. Maybe you're afraid you ruined things between us. But it isn't true. I'm still your mam. I'll always be here. I haven't touched any of your things, as I did notice some things you might want to talk about. When you get back, we'll go through it together, decide what to keep and what to throw away. She's trying, but she has all these ideas of how I should be. She didn't even consider she might need to apologize too. Called out. Heist plan. Walk quietly to Dua via the bog road. Was this Lord of the Rings? Jesus Christ. Open my bedroom windows using the janky hinge. Pack up my stuff. Don't wake Fergal. Don't wake Mam. I feel like I'm a hobbit. Figure out life with clean clothes. Frodo, via the bog road. Oh, hello. Yes. Game. What do you want from me right now? Hello? Did you crash? Think you crashed. Think you might have crashed. Let's try restarting. Seems to have disappeared. Oh boy, hope there's frequent autosaves. Ah! Have to reset the sound, hold on. Ha 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 ha, hold. If found. There we go. Back to the bog road, which I wanted to see actually what it said. Dua, a smaller village on the southwest end of the island. Cassio's family lives here. Pronunciation, Dua. An example of what's often called a green road or a boreen in Ireland, an old unpaved track with grass growing in the middle. The bog road. Let's see if it loads this time. Here we go. The clouds broke as we crossed onto the bog road. When I heard the stream, I knew we were close. Na 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 na. There's the stream. Oh my god. Fuck. Insert stream noises. Cute. I like this a lot. This is very pleasing. The Bog Road Heist. Before I met these guys, I couldn't have imagined this excitement in a million years. Shans asked me if I'd missed this place. It sounded so final. I just said no quickly. I didn't like thinking about it. We climbed up the stairs my dad spent 2 summers on. I remember fights about whether Mum should make apple sponge or apple crumble for dessert. I remember sick days at home watching Bosco on the TV. Bosco is a very famous TV show for children that ran during the 70s and 80s. The host was a non-gendered puppet in a box who is still very fondly remembered in Irish pop culture. I thought about our old dog Molly. The way she snuck in under my arms looking for rubs. Oh. Animals. How light she felt in my lap when she died. Okay. Pet feels. Breaking in. Don't get your mud on my jacket. I'm in. You watched Bosco every day? I've never heard of it. I feel like I'm learning. This room never really felt like mine. How can such a small, empty room have so much stuff in it? I should have bought a bigger bag. Whatever I can fit will be all I'll have after 2 decades. Maybe this room is so blank because I hadn't figured out who I was. All I wanted was to sit in the back of the class and read books. Maybe this room lacks identity because it always had to be ready for guests. Granny at Christmas, aunts coming home, cousins from St. Paul. My chest hurt as I looked at the bed. Part of me wanted to crawl into it, bury myself in the cool sheets and their familiar scent. All my old clothes were things that people thought I should like. I didn't care enough to have an opinion. Footsteps. Hydration. Scary. Who's at the door? You. Jesus, Mary and Joseph, I thought you were a burglar. I can see you, you know. Do you ever think of Mam, you complete gobsheen? An Irish insult, another many ways of calling someone stupid. I've heard of gobshite, I've never heard gobsheen. You gobsheen. Hi, Fergal. What if she had heard you? She's probably awake by now, worrying about the robbers. Who's gonna rob us on our kill? It doesn't stop her fretting, you know. Are you okay? Who's that? None of your business. I know you're living in the big house. What of it? Lots of rumors about what goes on there. They're all like you, right? No one is like me. You're the biggest freak around, that's for sure. I'm leaving. Hold on, we're not done. Shans, take my bag. You're gonna regret this. Sooner or later, your choices are gonna catch up with you. I'm jumping, catch me. Keep your bloody voice down. What a jerk. You're already so close to the event horizon, please. Can you hear me, Doctor? I'm here. Who are you? Call me Control. Don't you have a first name? Something less formal? Control will do. Okay, Control. It's good to hear your voice. I thought I'd never talk to anyone again. How are your vital signs? Are you okay? I'm fine. I'm fine. Did you get my data? I'm looking at your readings now. The anomaly is definitely unnatural, and with its trajectory, it'll intersect with the Earth in only 24 days. If we get more data from the event horizon, we can do something. Maybe. We might be able to find the event that caused the anomaly in the first place. We don't have time to send a probe. I'll do it. What? It'll kill you. Don't be so pessimistic, Control. Like you said, there's still hope. This is reckless. Doctor? Doctor, respond! Please, call me Cassiopeia. Our run collapsed into an out-of-breath walk. I realized all I wanted in the world was a bag of steaming hot chips and vinegar. I asked Shan about his Dars chipper in Kiel. He was fidgeting with the zip of his jacket. Chips. He asked me if that's what I really wanted, his family would be there. I was too hungry to mind. To mind means be careful of or take care of X. Depending on context, it can also mean listen to. Mind your parents. Okay, has anybody never heard mind used in that context? There's no way. Too hungry to mind. Everyone says I don't mind. I don't understand. If you want to escape family, you go to Dublin. You don't get stars like this in the big smoke. Niles. One Direction Nile. Is Fergal why you can't go home? He's grand, I'm used to it, mostly. We haven't really got on since I went to college. Well, he seems like a complete tool. It's my mam, I can't talk to her and I can't handle how she looks at me now. We keep having the same arguments and talk about everything except the obvious. The only reasonable option left is to leave the country forever. Then she'd be stuck with Fergal. That's a terrible fate. Ah, man, posters on the wall of the chip shop that you look at whilst they prep your chips. You don't sound angry with her, though. I am and I amn't. She's done a lot for me. I love her. She raised us by herself. Dad would be away in Scotland for most of the year working. I'm sure she loves you too. Maybe we never really used that word much around the house. Oof. I guess it's not an Irish thing. My parents are so open with affection, it's gross. They've no shame at all. That's sweet. Mum's been through a lot for my da. He's from Arkhill, right? Yeah, he left for work and ended up in Manchester as a porter in the hospital. If I lived in Manchester, I would stay there. If only. Mum even had to sign a letter to the priest that all the kids were raised Catholic. She's still adamant that me, Tara, and Neil join Da for Mass every Sunday morning so the neighbours don't forget we're just like the rest of ye. Well, hello. Speak of the devil. Go on, give us a bit of peace, Tara. I just want to meet your new friend. Friend! Nobody in this family can mind their own business. What, you mean you don't want me to tell Mum and Dad you're here? I'll see yous on Sunday, isn't that good enough? In Ireland, yis and yous are common pluralizations of you, similar to y'all in southern dialects of American English. I'm Cassio. I'm living with this band right now. Well, that's good. I'm glad they're still going. Neil bet me a $5 the band would break up before Christmas. They're all really talented. Talented and annoying. Sounds like my big brother. Lovely to meet you, Cassio. Cool name. Thanks. That's my wee sister. She's a terror. I like her. She said my name's cool. How simple are we? She said my name's cool. I like her. It is. It's nice to hear people use it. Really? I hate my name. Shans? No, that's a football nickname. Nilayon Sinzagam. I think I just cast a spell. I don't have a chance. The pronunciation of Sean's is the same as Shan's, like chance but with a sh at the start. My name is Ishan. It's Indian. Will I stick to Shan's then? I mean, I don't know if that feels like me either. Feels like a character, but isn't that what a nickname is? You can change it. Your name is whatever you say it is. I was named after my grandfather. I can't imagine what my parents would say. Trouble I'd get into if I even suggested it. I picked Cassio for a game in college, and then it just grew on me. Of course. Wait, what? You picked it? Obviously. I thought you knew. I mean, yeah, I didn't think about it. That's cool. Our hands are nearly touching. Sorry. This is nice. Thanks for talking to me. That lads from town would think I'm a weirdo talking about names. We're all weirdos. That's true. I used to wish I was normal more than anything. Thought I could fix myself, and then I realized I didn't need to be fixed. Sorry. Hey punk, Mum says to come upstairs and stay the night. Oh, time to go. Just that feeling of being close to someone, you know? Dal will drive you back to Dua in the morning. We're leaving now, Tara. See you soon. Mum says you'll die of the cold out there. I love you too. Bye. Closed. Tunta. Hand holding, yes or no, chat? Some people don't like holding hands because it's a bit like, touch, I'm clammy, moist. I think I like holding hands privately, but like not necessarily like public. Not a fan of PDA. Back to the journal. Depends, never held hands when I don't like to. Well, I hope you get to hold some hands. Human skin. Nah. Physical touch, love language. Love language is so interesting. I've been watching videos on them. I kind of want to get like a book or something. Pretty fascinating stuff. The story of the heist spilled out over breakfast the next morning. Jack called us criminal masterminds. After a cold, dripping shower, I got changed into clean clothes. Everyone was mighty impressed that I had a different t-shirt. I've never appreciated doing the washing enough. Look at that kettle. What's up, Camp Tickles? Thank you for the host as well. In the evening, we watched Into the West. I made hot chocolate for everyone by melting down 2 selection boxes. It was a treat. I went with the gang to the post office to get the dole artist's salary. Starving artists, maybe. The queue was shocking, but everyone was friendly. People of all ages, but mostly older. I won't let that happen to me. I won't get stuck on Arkhill, spending my evenings and my dole in the pubs. The dole, a word for unemployment benefits in Ireland. I think we call it the dole here as well. Signing on. I kept a distance in case Fergal or Mam were working. Colum got another written warning from the guards about the house. Shan suggested we could live in the seal caves up in Duggett Hill, famous Fives style. There was a letter for me, but I didn't open it. They bought some cans. I'm having a can. I didn't drink. A can of beer associated with young people. Colum talking about the Enid Blyton series, The Famous Five, often involved in the main characters camping or living in different places, especially caves. 16th, we went to bingo. Me and Jack went to put up posters for the gig next week. The Fox's Den, number 10. Cup of Tea, number 3. Lovely Legs, 11. 2 Fat Ladies, 88. We got a few looks when we arrived. Most of them were older women I only saw at Mass, but we spotted Aunt Maggie and we joined her. No one paid us much mind after that. We won a shampoo gift set, thank God. We really need some in the house. Everyone looks greasy. Things to remember about Jack. He comes from a big family. There's 7 children. Jack is somewhere in the middle, but I keep losing track. Sitting around doing nothing. Rain reading. He's vain about his appearance. He keeps trying to teach me how to use moisturizer. Is using moisturizer vain? That's just taking care of yourself. He talks about leaving Arkhill like it's a question of when, not if. Colum's always wanted to stay. My favorite thing about him is Jack's a great person to watch TV with, joking about whatever's on, sitting around drinking cans, cooking for others, adventure. He likes making things, but he's not great at cleaning up after himself. I will, yeah, he says, but he never gets around to it. He gets sulky. Sulky. We woke up to a flooded kitchen floor, burst pipe. Happens when it freezes. Colum's head was stuck under the sink all morning, doing what his father taught him. Maith un boachil. Literally, good boy, but used in context. It means something more like well done, you're the man. An Irish person might also say good man yourself or good on ya. The pronunciation is ma an buhil. Ma an buhil. Shans and Jack helped with mopping and towels. I felt a bit useless, so I kept out of the way. I thought about writing a letter to Mam again. Shans pulled a paperback from somewhere and tossed it to me. One I'd read before, but happy to read again. Asimov. Isaac. Opened my letter this morning. From Fergal himself. What a bollocks. Shans took me for a walk down to Kiel and then to Arkhill Sound. It was lovely. The sea. I love the sea, even with the gulls screaming their heads off. Bollocks, a general rude word. The wind was pushing around, so we didn't talk much. It felt nice being with someone in a comfortable silence. Ended up reaching the football pitch and we sat on the new stone fence. We both bonded over being terrible at GAA. I had to go on Saturday morning for years, even though I couldn't do the most basic drills. Part of the attic ceiling fell in during the storm last night. We saw it from the outside first in the grey morning light. It could have been a lot worse. Colm used a tarp for Jack's drums to cover it, but that won't last. This place is starting to feel a bit scary. Shan stayed with us and had a makeshift Sunday dinner with a leg of beef. Found myself missing my mud group. Told Shans about the computers and role-playing. I knew people in colleges all over the world. No one else from Arkhill, though. Is there even a computer on the whole island? Multi-user dungeon. They were an early form of online text-based role-playing. Yeah. Tonight, after practice, we all went down to Keem to make a massive bonfire on the beach. It was a pre-gig ritual to ward away evil spirits. Everything was sodden after weeks of rain. It was definitely magic that the fire started. Bum bum bum. Never put linguine in my toast bread. What? Colm had some lighter fluid which probably helped. We sang songs in the drizzle. Our backs were soaked, but the heat and the crack was cheering. I meant to burn my letters, but I forgot. Hello, you got a letter from the university, very fancy, seal and everything. Ma'am wouldn't open it, said she couldn't, you know how she is, but I did. You didn't get that scholarship. What a dick. Who were you trying to cod? I could see you living with those wasters dossing all day, dragging their families through the mud too. Whole island's talking about ye. It's weird. You're making a holy show of yourself. You always wanted us to think you were awful smart, too good for real work, sucked up to the teachers and convinced the old pair to send you to college for what? So rude. To cod, to trick or to deceive. Dossing, to be idle, you dosser. You dosser. Don't like this, brother. You always wanted us to think you were awful smart. It's like, alright, that was this. Cop on. If you want to be weird, do it in your spare time. Right now, you got to come back down to earth. Is he lying? What the hell do I do? You didn't need that college anyway. Follow your dreams somewhere else. Set list, high cost of living, no name. Castle Bar, the high cost of living. I could hear them playing, I wasn't too late. Oh, their concert. The floor was shaking, Colm's base. The dark community hall was a mess of bodies, black tees, metal bands of denim jackets and badges. I pushed and shoved to see them up close. Damn. The lads looked incredible. Okay, but if you were in a band, let's just pretend the genie appears and is like, you're going to be in a famous band going on tour. A rock band. Would you rather have bestowed upon you the gifts and play the bass, the drums, the guitar, or be the singer? If you got to pick any position in the band to be amazing at and go on tour, just like what would you have the most fun with, do you think? Gotta be the drums. Yeah, I play guitar, but I feel like actually drums would be a lot of fun to be amazing at and be in a band. Jack was at the back going wild on the drums, probably missing beats, but who cares? Colm's bass was perfect and smooth, keeping the others in time. Shan's guitar and voice had the crowd on tenterhooks. Totally thought they were called tenderhooks until not that long ago. The Banshee finished and everyone loved them, a world away from practice in the big house. So many cheers. After Colm, Jack and Shan left the stage, the room seemed to get even more packed. Darkness filled the hall and the music started again. When the lights came back on, I instantly fell in love. The first woman holding a guitar that I saw. I jumped in fright when she roared, and I kept jumping. She owned the stage in her massive boots. I felt the rumble, I felt the distortion. I felt like a dork. The Nosferatu, the heaviest band in Mayo. I was getting crushed between people. I wondered if I was going to die. I didn't care. I just wanted to be there. Oh, clicked off the screen, idiot. Immersion! Jack danced like a superstar. He started flailing at me and I joined in. Being friends with this legend made me feel like a superstar. I danced for so long I thought my arms and legs were falling off. In the anonymity of the crowd, I was free. Oh boy. Concert feels. I used to like going to concerts, but I never went in mosh pits. Dems be scary. The lights came up. My eyes adjusted to the horror of the lit hall. Everyone started to shuffle out slowly as they recognized their sweaty friends, exhausted and happy. I was wrecked. I headed backstage to find the gang. Even the ground looked... litter of lost beer cans. It's nice. Thank God for heaters. Fajitas? We're living in limbo, and then you showed up. Arcula's limbo. It's weird to see classmates who never left. We could be ourselves in Dublin. Imagine if we lived together. Imagine, joking, unless... I'd like to live on a barge someday. We could live on the canals. You could teach me about space, and you'd teach me the guitar. I could reinvent myself like David Bowie. For real, and not pretend anymore. You're pretending? I just think the guy other people see and the real me are very different. And who's the real you? I don't even know. Not Shans, not Ishan. Someone. Look, I'm telling you, give yourself a new name. Can I hang up posters in our barge? Of course, you can hang up whatever you want. Will we have plants? If you take care of them, I'm a plant killer. I think I got a good nickname. Oh? The Barge Bard? No. Nope. Hey, do you ever think about the ozone layer? Do you ever think about the ozone layer? Like... it's like a protective thing, like a shield for around us, like the planet. Day 10 since first contact. There's been no response from the doctor. I've confirmed the trigger event for the anomaly. 14 days left until the event, when it will reach Earth. I got the data. Please receive. You're still there. Of course, I'm a professional. It only took a few minutes to align my orbit and escape again. It's been a week. Control. I detect wormholes nearby in all directions. Space-time is being ripped to shreds. I think I can use them. First jump was a success. You're back. My readings say I'm somewhere beyond Neptune. You traveled 50,000 kilometers in a few days. In a second. That's an unbelievable distortion of space-time. And this is just the beginning. As the black hole expands, the time dilation will only get worse. I've been analyzing the data you sent yesterday and... keep it up, gotta go. 50,000. I can't read numbers. I have number dyslexia. I can see Ganymede. Hello. I have good news, Doctor. The source of the positron entanglement is Earth. Good thing I was already headed that way. I found something in the data you sent that might tell us more about the trigger. It seems to be an image of some kind. An image? Is it of use? I don't understand it yet, but I'll find out more. Gotta go. By the way, my name... Blur. "12,000 kilometers from Mars." Cassiopeia, I made a breakthrough. I found more evidence of the original positron annihilation that caused the anomaly. The trigger event. It hasn't happened yet. Its effects are rippling back in time. Then we can stop it. Do you know what we have to do? Not yet. I'm still decoding the image. I'm more sure than ever that it's the key, and I've narrowed the event's future location to Ireland. It's not far. I'll send you my location and contact. Call me as soon as you arrive. By then we'll have less than a day left. Then I'll see you soon, Control. About that, my name... Jumping, see ya! My name is McHugh. You can call me Mac for short. See you soon. Don't be late, Mac. Put the kettle on. I woke up comfy. Light came in through the roof. Are we cuddling? Oh wait, did we fall asleep cuddling? There was something heavy on my legs. I was still wearing last night's clothes, even the shoes. Oh god, is everyone still downstairs? 6 a.m. Was this someone's arm? Wow, spoon. Chance, hey, you're on top of me? Hey. Wake up, sleepyhead. Get off me, you Egypt. Egypt, a common Irish insult, basically, an idiot. This is probably the closest I've been to anyone except my mum. Hey, are you still asleep? I was dreaming about us. I dreamt about aliens. So I know we probably shouldn't leave until after Christmas, but I've been thinking, what? We'll need to find a flat first, right? What are you talking about? Moving to Dublin together, obviously. We were kind of out of it last night, but we are going to go to Dublin, right? You're serious? We're not going anywhere. You're like 18, 19. 19. I'm mature. I can't take care of you, Shans. I can barely look after myself. I want to look after you. Slow down. Cassio, it's hard for me to say this, but I have to. I think I like you. Her face. What? What? Nanny? Get off, Jesus. Don't you want to kiss me? I don't want to kiss anyone right now. I really like you, Cassio. I got that. I told you things I've never told anyone else. I didn't ask you to. You've made me realize things about myself. I see myself in you. I have no idea who you think I am. My life's falling apart right now. You don't want to be me. She looked away out the window. You don't want to be me, okay? You don't even know. You don't even know. All the more reason to leave. We'll move off this island. Everything will be great. I don't even know if I have anything in Dublin to go back to. The PhD is gone. And your parents will be worried sick. Who are you to talk to me about worrying parents even? I can't handle this. I'm sorry. Ooh, this is nice art, isn't it? Shut up! Please, Cassio, stop. Please, Cassio. Cassio? 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 Come back. Likes music. wrecked me head in it. Waking up and they're like, I dreamt about us while spooning. I dreamt about aliens. Hello there, Cassio. Oh, hi, Maggie. Isn't the frost beautiful? Cold, though. And the wind is fierce. Yeah. It's a happy surprise to see you so early. Especially after your big night out in Castle Bar, all that music and crack. I didn't sleep very well. Oh, why would you? What a crack. Well, there's nothing like looking at the sea to calm a restless mind. It was terrible leaving every September when I taught in Castle Bar. What's wrong, pet? Is it your mum? I don't want to pry, only Colum said. It's a lot of things. Whatever it is, it's smaller than you think. These things always are. We'll go home for Christmas, it'll be forgotten like that. Colum and his dad are like cats and dogs, but he doesn't see them every year. I don't think so. What was that? Colum doesn't go home. He was with Jack last year. They had a frozen pizza. This year we'll have a chicken though. Fancy. You're joking that he didn't say that. Christmas dinner in that rotten house? Invite us round, Maggie. The state of it. It must be freezing and damp. You just can't live like that. That's a disgrace. The roof will be gone before you know. It kind of is. Bits of it. He could come to me. I'd love some company at Christmas. I think they're more comfortable being themselves. What do you mean? You know, around you they can't be open with each other. Oh, but, I mean, you keep things like that private. That's just how it's done. We all have our own crosses. We have a nice chicken anyway, and Jack's making jelly. It was bringing it out in the open that caused all these troubles. Ah, Maggie, I thought you were different. That's an awful thing to say. Asking him to hide who he is, if he even could hide. Sorry, I should go. No, you're right. He does care about you. And like, he definitely appreciates you taking him in after Mr. O'Malley kicked him out. I hope he knows I care about him too. People used to say I was a bit queer. They'd say all kinds of things. People are mean. Hold on to the good ones. I could never hold on to anyone. I kept thinking there must be one good man out there, but there was never one for me. Oh, bloody hell. My father told me my only hope was to become a nun, get an education. Were you? You don't look like a nun. Almost. I hid from everyone, but I couldn't hide from God. Myself and Colin are more alike than I want to admit. I'll have to get a bigger goose. Oh. What? Tell Colin you're all coming to me for Christmas. And you're moving out of that place. I have a spare room and a lovely comfy couch. No apple butts. It will be the best Christmas going. And sure, we'll figure the rest of it all out on Stephen's Day. Since Stephen's Day is a national holiday on the 26th of December, you might also hear it called Boxing Day, but that's more associated with English people. It's often seen as the truly relaxing day, since it doesn't involve cooking, opening presents, or any of the other high-energy activities of Christmas. I met Colin when I got back. Shans had left, took all of his stuff too. Honestly, this game took a little, minute to get going. Like, the first 30, 40 minutes, I was like, eh. But actually now pretty interested to see where it goes. I didn't want to talk. I love Boxing Day. Boxing Day is dope. God, why is my throat sore? Is it this reading? Been a while since I did a reading stream. I feel like when I did those long Disco Elysium streams, there was someone on my couch. Who is it? Things to remember about Shans. Dislikes Arkil, talking about himself, smelly fish, black pudding. He gets on best with his brother Neil. They play football in the garden sometimes when the weather's good. 18, 19, did his leaving last summer. Likes music, reading music, science fiction, Manchester music. His mum's cooking music. Brought his guitar with some cash from working in the chip shop. Never been to India, doesn't even really know his relatives. He wants to go sometime though. His favourite writer is Arthur C. Clarke. I'm going to make him read it, Swim Two Birds, and he'll love it. He's terrible at lying. My favourite thing about him, taps his fingers on any nearby surface, hammering out little tunes. Things change so quickly before you're ready at all. Colin was upset, Jack was furious. He said the Banshees are finished because of me. Shan's told them he's done. Uh-oh. I wanted to hide in the attic, but it was raining. Uh-oh. I caused a mess, just by falling asleep, apparently. Everyone from the party cleared out. Someone called the guards on us, a noise complaint. We have 24 hours. The big house is done. Maggie's coming back tomorrow. I didn't do anything! I literally just fell asleep and got spooned. Maggie drove up to the house this morning in her old banger. You'll catch a death staying in there any longer. It was kind of nice being scolded with kindness. We bundled all our stuff up into our car, but then there wasn't enough space for us to sit. We walked. It was a silent journey. We played dusty board games by the fire and we all warmed up a little. Maggie finally realized I wasn't always a girl, and she was very nice. I suppose no one ever expects it. Ah, makes sense now. Jack even kind of apologized for being upset at me. Maggie's cottage only has 2 bedrooms. I'm on the couch again. It's a small one, but she has a cozy woolen blanket. I like it. Maggie O'Malley, 63. I felt bad asking, but she just laughed. Likes tea, Viennese whirls, trad music, painting, the Legion of Mary. My favorite thing about her, the way she prepares tea. She uses loose leaf and she's careful with it. Tea. There's a lot of art in her house. Apparently she's popular with the artists who live around here. She learned Irish from her grandmother, who didn't speak any English. Her grandmother left her cottage when she died. She taught English and geography. Geography is the worst. Dislikes cold weather, drunk people, licorice. I don't like licorice. Mary, 2 names from down in the village. Before I knew her as Column's aunt, I knew her as one of the readers in Mass. She still does it. She's a lovely, soft singing voice, not just at Mass. She gets called on to sing whenever there's a session going on in the pub. My first hot shower in weeks. I helped Colin prepare for tomorrow's dinner. I was hoping I'd get to talk to him about what happened with Shan's, but I couldn't. In the evening, we went to the pub for a Christmas Eve pint. I wondered what I would do if I saw Shan's, but he wasn't there. Fergal was, though. Dom, dom, dom. I wasn't expecting it, but through the crowd our eyes met. It felt like a punch in the gut. I drank my diluted blackcurrant quietly. I didn't look that way again. As we were leaving, he pushed an envelope into my hand. The post office is closed now. This is the last letter to be delivered. Fergal and I both worked off our feet with the rush of cards. Dear child. I recognize so many of the names, young people you were in school with, all gone, some of them in Dublin, some in the States, Canada, Australia. I'm glad you didn't go that far away, but you're not home either. It made me think. I've heard things. I understand you're not who I thought you were. I can't believe it. This seems so sudden. There were no signs. You never told me you were unhappy. I'm sorry if all of this is my fault. I must have raised you wrong. People do say it's bad for your child to be tied to your apron, but I just cared so much for you, pet. It's okay if you like men or dress funny, whatever it is. The world's changing. I won't get mad. Not on Christmas. But I'm worried about you, that's all. You're making life difficult for yourself. I just don't know where you'll end up, and if you could keep it quiet, sure. What you do on your own time is your own business. No one else should mind. I'll see you soon and we'll talk at least. I've been making mince pies. I made as much dough and filling as I normally do, but it took much longer than I thought without you. Silly old me. There are so many, Fergal won't finish them by himself. Ma'am. Roast potatoes, goose, ham, roast carrots and parsnips, Brussels sprouts and onion gravy. Where's the bread sauce? There was so much snow. I wasn't sleeping. I couldn't stop thinking about Mum's letter. I was awake at 2 in the morning when it started. The gentle hissing as it hit the window finally helped me doze. Nice. Jack woke up early, eager for presents. Colin came in behind him with a cup of tea. 8:20 in the morning. We were all ushered into Maggie's living room with cups in hand. Christmas! I didn't have any presents for anyone. Your presence is the present, hun. But everyone was so nice. Maggie gave me an unopened box of makeup. Colin joked about it being the one he gave her last year. I was delighted to have it passed on. I wonder if Fergal or Mam had anything for me. Soon enough, it was time for Mass. Excited for Christmas. I feel like Christmas is going to be here before we know it. We're going to blink and it'll be August, and then it's like time to start thinking about Halloween. September gets in the way, but you know. Maggie was very kind about none of us coming to Mass, so kind of obvious she was really disappointed. I'd never missed Mass on Christmas before. It didn't feel like Christmas. I remember like one Christmas, for some reason, I ended up in a church with some family, and like it was like the night before, and I had an orange with a candle in the top. I don't know what it meant. All I could think about was the letter and Mam. I decided to go home. It was easier just to go on than keep chewing on it. Cassio, you don't have to. If you want to go, dude, just don't feel like you've no choice. Family isn't the only one you're born into. You feel like more of a sister than any of my actual sisters. Don't forget that. Walk. Turkey's delicious. Thanks. What's wrong? Nothing. Would you pass some more gravy? It's so good. How was Mass? Lovely. I gather you didn't make it. It was hard to get there in the weather. And was it the weather that made you avoid us for the last few weeks? The priest gave a very nice sermon about the importance of family. Oh, were there many kids? Of course, they came out and told us everything they learned about the Nativity, and why we must look after the needy. Margaret O'Malley was looking after myself and Colin for the last few days. She was very kind. She's a strange one, all right. Taking in other people's children. Whatever, ma'am. Can I have some more sprouts? The table got longer. We got further away. Is there anything on the TV for Christmas? Oh yeah, they're showing that movie you were in. What are you talking about? E.T., of course. They made you a lot less ugly for TV. Rude! You did love E.T. when we were with your dad. For months afterwards, you used to spend all day drawing the cutest pictures of people in space. I had one on the fridge for years. You never put up any of my art. Because you never drew anything, Fergal. Shut your gob. Shouting, that's not very ladylike. Jesus, Fergal, what's your problem? What's my problem? You abandoned your mother and left her worried sick for weeks. Then you show up out of the blue dressed like that? Come on now, Fergal, remember the story of the prodigal son. Is that all you're going to say, Tim? I didn't come home to be ridiculed. Oh, you came home to apologize. I'll give you an apology if I get some too. Stop, let's enjoy dinner. I was peeling spuds all week and I'm glad we're here together. Now you see why it's been hard to talk. It's even harder to listen to this crap. Yeah, I didn't realize that it had switched to the brother either. I thought her mum said that and then I realized he was talking. The portraits are really similar for the mum and the brother. Ma'am, I just don't understand, pet. Why do you need to understand? Can't you just accept me? What me are you talking about? The one I've known for 23 years or the one I've known for 2 weeks? It's the same me. And I want you to know me better. I want us to be in each other's lives. Are you threatening to leave again? Duh. I need some air. You can't run away forever. Watch me. The air I needed was 2 kilometers away in the snow. Do you think somebody's in here? It was cold air and damp air, but it was quiet air. Space. Did you watch all of that Picard show? Was that any good? And do you know what I'm in the mood to rewatch? I kind of want to watch The Mandalorian for the 3rd time. Happy Christmas. Back in the big house. A strange burning smell when I turned on the lights in the kitchen this morning. It's falling apart, but houses don't fall apart all at once. They do it slowly, piece by piece, room by room. The electricity isn't safe. I don't want to light the fire. I don't want anyone to know I'm here. Shan's walked past the house today, headed for Keem Beach. He didn't see me. Our conversations are wriggling through my skin. At 4:30, there was a knock. I blew out the candle. Are you in there? News around town is you lot got out. Heard the guards were coming and scarpered. But then Owlfie told me you hadn't seen at old Miss O'Malley's house. Did they turn you away? I guess no one really wants a weirdo like you around. Mom's worried sick about you. I can't believe she still cares. You'd think she'd have given up on you by now. I have. Why are you even here then, Fergal? You little shit. Hello? Hello? It's so good to hear your... You've reached the voicemail. Damn it. McHugh, leave a message with your name and... Damn it. Where are you? If you would like to talk about my accountancy services, ring... Is this a joke? You're an accountant? She's calling her dad. Hello? Pick up, pick up. Tell me how to fix this, right? I don't know where to go. Your name and number and I'll get back to you. Except you haven't, Mac. I trusted you. Hello? You've known for weeks when I would arrive. And now I can count the time we have left in hours. I have nowhere and no one left. There's no one on Earth who knows who I am. No NASA to whisk me away. Not even an accountant from Mayo. Just some sheep in a field while a black hole devours the Earth. At least I can witness the end of everything under a nice clear sky. Soundtrack though. I woke up coughing. I hope I'm not coming down with a dose or something. I saw Shan's through the window again. I had to do something. I walked out in the wind and down to the beach. Dad! 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 Sorry. Cassio? Hey, so, how are things? Fine, you know, same old. What are you doing here? I thought you were with Colum and Jack and Duggett now. Jesus, you look awful. It's complicated. Of course it is. I was with them, then I was back home, and now I'm not. You always seem to make things complicated and weird. Whatever, you don't even know me. I'm sorry, Shans, I was surprised. Honestly, this kid, we have one talk at night where we have a little dreamy fantasy about moving in together, and the next morning the fact that they want to run away, suddenly I am the issue. Okay, bud. We can go get Colum and Jack and put the band back together. We can just be friends again. The band was a dream. It was never gonna happen. But you were so good. We did nothing all summer and we played a single gig. Where's this coming from? What happened to you? It's just reality. What about Dublin? What about Manchester? India? Don't be stupid. Herring off without money will only have me crying home on the phone anyway. Means to act without thinking, specifically if the person is going somewhere to do it or just running off at the speed of a hare. God, you're like a different person. I don't even know you. When I went home, I found out about how people talked about a lot of us. I mean, I knew, but I didn't know. I liked you, but that's not me. Wow, do you hear yourself? You have no idea what it's like. I'm already an outsider on Arkhill. I don't belong anywhere. I can't... That's why we have to look out for each other. I just want to be normal, Cassio. And I'll never be normal with you. Red. Sared. Cassiopeia. Thanks for waiting. Made some tea for you. I thought you might be a bit dehydrated from space. You're an accountant? Yeah. I'm also a bit of an astronomy geek. Oh god. I picked up your signals. Did you not tell someone important? Well, I wanted to, but no one listened. I had to do something. Let's jam. Thanks, Mac. Nice to meet you, for real. Shorter than I pictured. What do we do now, then? Source of radiation is on the far side of Arkhill. There's a bus coming soon. Waiting on a bus to save the world? It's usually on time. We can sit up front. It's so cold, I should light a fire, but even if I wanted to, there's no fuel. I'd have to break a chair or something. Getting by with blankets and hot tea, at least the kettle works. Maggie, Colum, and Jack came in, but I don't want to bother anyone. My chest feels tight, my body hurts. I can't stop coughing every time my head spins. We got like pneumonia or some shit. Cassio? Cassio? Come out, pet. You can't live in there. It's not safe. Shan's told us, Cassio. We know you're in there. How long have they left me in here for? That's the question. I'm sorry things didn't work out with your mum, pet. Oh yeah, the eraser is getting worn down. Nice catch. Cassio, it's like I told you. We're family. Come out. This is ridiculous. Are you sure she's really here? It's not even a fire. Why wouldn't you just come in? We should call the guards. Something really bad could have happened. This is ridiculous. She's probably left for Dublin. The two of you waste so much time on her. She doesn't even appreciate the half of it. That's enough, Jack. Come on. Why is everyone turning into a massive bellend? Care about me. How did you know where to go? This is the image I retrieved from the black hole data. Had an address on the back. I hope you're right. It's getting dark out there. The guards came back, Fergal with them. Uh-oh. I almost called out, but I knew better. Fergal, this place is a wreck. I don't think there's anyone here. I know there is. I heard movement and I saw lights last night. I can't be wasting time on this. The big search is starting soon. For all we know, we'll find the body on the coastline. Searching this place will take 5 minutes. I don't want to break the door down and find an empty house. The nuns would have my neck. Tell you what, I'll come back tomorrow after dark with PJ. We'll see what we see. If there's someone in there, I'll get him out. I'm scared. I'm starving. I feel so sick. I'm gonna die. Please don't die. Are you sure this is the right place? It's the only thing we've got. Okay, pass the image to me. I'll put it through the letterbox. She has it, but the black hole is still here. It's still growing. Who is she? Can she stop the trigger event? I don't know if she can, but it's in her hands now. God help us. So this is probably like the letter, because we kept thinking about writing to our mum, right? Isn't this our mum? Did we send her an old picture? If Earth survives this, do you want to see the rest of the universe with me? So like, it finally arrived from the post office. Hence, I guess, why it told us how important the post office is. The anomaly. I have to go somewhere. I can barely move. It's so cold. I'll burn the book. Oh, that's why the book was being erased? Because we burnt it for warmth? Because we were literally dying? Shame. Uh-oh. My island. My Earth. Universe. Oh, clicked off the screen. Whee! Spiders. Mouse rave, mouse rave. Okay. Oh, I'm no longer even moving my mouse. I just click and it does that. It's kind of creepy after being in control of it the whole time. I didn't even do that. It's doing it itself. I'm no longer in control. Time doesn't exist in a black hole. Every moment crushed together, past and present, future in an endless scream. No way to change anything. No way to move. Ah, little artist, artist, artist. Oh god, you're really lost. Dublin, that university's changed you, let it. Two of you waste so much time on her. I just want to be normal, normal, normal. Diddle-da-do, diddle-da-do, diddle-da-do. So many of these mobile games though, like I can't really imagine playing them on a phone. Like I'm sure they look okay, but it's so much better to see the artwork on the screen, especially with all these colors and stuff. I am erasing. Erasing everything. Pen? Everything's okay. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. You poor thing, you're burning up. Help me. It's okay, everything will be okay. Who is it? It's gotta be Mum after that. Your mummy's here now, love. Ah, I've got you, dear. Affection. I've got you, Cassia. Mama. Is this this nose glop? You has got the pneumonias, and then Mum came, you put nose glop on her sleeve. Look at. Home. Friends. Fergal may not be here. Colour. Oh wow. We look so cute there. What am I poking? This book belongs to... Wait, am I picking? Ma'am? What? The hell? 4 years since the event? Ma'am. Changed? Ma'am relaxed as she got older. Some of that was money. Once Virgil and I both settled and doing well, things were easier. She loves being a granny, no doubt about that.